Do you ever wonder why, after the age of 60, every afternoon seems to feel heavier than before? It's as if your body is a clock that's running out of power. Your eyes get heavy, your mind drifts, and the craving for something sweet rises. Strong. Many people joke, just give me a cookie and I'll be awake. But in truth, that joke hides a danger. The harsh reality is that what you reach for to refuel may be the very thing silently stealing your health. Cookies, cereal, bars labeled fortified with calcium, or low-fat yogurt drinks are advertised as healthy. But behind the flashy packaging lie refined sugar, corn syrup, and preservatives. The billion-dollar snack industry knows this well. They know that the older you get, the easier it is to fall into the trap of sugar. And that dependency feeds diabetes, heart disease, weak bones, and even memory loss. But there is one fruit, small and ancient, that sustained entire caravans crossing deserts. A fruit once called the bread of nature. Ironically, it is incredibly sweet, yet it can help stabilize your blood sugar, nourish your digestion, protect your heart, strengthen your bones, and fight the wear and tear of aging. That fruit is the date. At 60 and beyond, the pancreas is less sensitive. When you eat a pastry, sugar floods into your blood like a rushing river. Gash. Blood sugar spikes, your pancreas pumps out insulin in a panic, and within an hour your energy collapses. You feel more drained than before, and the craving for sugar comes back stronger. This is called the roller coaster of blood sugar. It doesn't just exhaust you, it trains your body toward insulin resistance. The first step toward type 2 diabetes, dates work differently. The sugar in dates isn't free-floating, it's locked inside natural fiber. Those fibers act like tiny gates, letting sugar out slowly, bit by bit. Instead of a surge and a crash, you get a steady stream. Your body feels a smooth rise of energy that lasts through the afternoon. A study in the Journal of Nutrition showed that despite being sweet, dates have a glycemic index of only 35 to 55. It's far lower than pastries, which often reach above 70. That's why even people with diabetes can eat dates in moderation. Consider Robert, age 67, in Texas. He used to drink a second cup of coffee and nibble on cookies to fight afternoon drowsiness. The result? Shakiness, dizziness, then hunger again. After switching to 2 medjool dates and a handful of almonds, he stayed alert all afternoon. 3 months later, his HbA1c dropped from 6.4 to 5.9 out of the pre-diabetic range. For older adults, that means more than steady energy. It means protecting your pancreas, stabilizing your hormones, and keeping your afternoons free from that sudden crash. Now think about digestion. After 60, how many people can honestly say their digestion is as smooth as it was at 20? Constipation, bloating, slow bowel movements, it's so common that people accept it as just aging. In reality, almost 40% of seniors in the US suffer chronic constipation. The main reason? Not enough fiber. The body needs around 25 to 30 grams of fiber daily. Most older adults barely get 10 to 12 grams. That gap weakens the gut, starves the good bacteria, and fuels silent inflammation. Dates close that gap in a simple way. Just 3 dates deliver over 5 grams of fiber, about 20% of your daily needs. Even better, dates give both kinds. A fiber, insoluble fiber, the broom that sweeps food along and relieves constipation. And soluble fiber, which ferments in the colon, feeding friendly bacteria. When those microbes thrive, they produce butyrate fuel for the cells lining your gut wall. That fuel seals tiny leaks, preventing leaky gut, which lets inflammatory molecules spill into your bloodstream. In 2015, Israeli researchers found that people who ate 100 grams of dates daily for 3 weeks not only improved bowel movements, but also increased their bifidobacteria levels while reducing harmful bacteria. Margaret, 72 in Phoenix, depended on laxatives almost every day. After adding 3 dates to her breakfast, within 2 weeks she was off medication. She said, "I never thought something so sweet could bring such relief." For older adults, this is more than comfort. A strong gut improves nutrient absorption, immunity, energy, and even mood. The gut really is the command center of health, and dates feed it in the simplest, sweetest way. Now let's move to the heart. After 60, no system is more fragile. Cardiovascular disease remains the #1 killer in seniors. But inside every date are minerals that act like quiet guardians. Potassium is the first. A single medjool date carries about 167 milligrams of potassium, almost a third of what you'd get from a banana. Potassium counterbalances excess sodium. Too much salt makes blood pressure climb, but potassium helps the kidneys flush it out, easing the pressure on artery walls. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that higher potassium intake can reduce the risk of stroke by up to 24%. Then comes magnesium. This overlooked mineral is essential for relaxing the smooth muscles of arteries, improving circulation, and preventing spasms. Yet nearly 70% of older adults are deficient in magnesium without knowing it. Dates give you both, potassium and magnesium, in one natural package. Add to that their antioxidants, which shield the delicate endothelium, the inner lining of arteries, from oxidative stress. When the endothelium is healthy, blood flows smoothly. The heart pumps with less strain, and oxygen reaches your brain and muscles more efficiently. Small survey in Egypt in 2019 with 45 seniors found that those who ate dates 3 times a week had systolic blood pressure 9 millimeters lower than those who didn't. 9 points may seem small, but in cardiology, that's the difference. Between ordinary risk and high risk of stroke, now consider the bones, the frame of independence. In the U.S., more than 300,000 people over 65 are hospitalized every year from hip fractures, and only half ever walk independently again. A fall isn't just an accident. It can take away freedom forever. Many think calcium alone is the answer, but bones are complex, living tissue. Calcium is just the brick. You need the scaffolding too. Dates provide the missing team, phosphorus, to harden crystals with calcium, magnesium, to activate vitamin D so calcium can be absorbed, potassium, to reduce dietary acid and protect bone density, manganese and copper, to support the collagen matrix that keeps bones flexible, and boron, to regulate how calcium and vitamin D are used. A 2017 study in the Journal of Trace Elements in Medicine and Biology found that dietary boron lowered fracture risk in postmenopausal women by 25%. HOA 70 in Hanoi broke her wrist after a minor fall. Her daughter added dates and almonds to her daily meals. A year later, her bone density scans had improved. Her doctor encouraged her to keep it up. Strong bones aren't just about avoiding fractures. They're about walking with confidence, climbing stairs without fear, and keeping the independence that defines a dignified old age. Even with energy, digestion, heart, and bones cared for, there remains one silent thief: oxidative stress. Every breath, every meal, every thought creates free radicals. When young, the body neutralizes them. But after 60, defenses weaken, and free radicals corrode cells, damage DNA, and accelerate aging. Dates bring 3 powerful defenders: flavonoids, which ease inflammation and joint pain; carotenoids, which protect vision and reduce the risk of macular degeneration; and phenolic acids, shown in lab studies to protect DNA and even fight cancer cells. In 2019, Food Chemistry analyzed 10 varieties of dates and found over 20 phenolic compounds with strong antioxidant activity. For seniors, this means less fatigue, faster recovery from illness, and an immune system ready to face infections without overreacting. Dates act like a maintenance crew, repairing, shielding, and reinforcing your health from the inside out. Now, how do you eat them wisely? The sweet spot is just 2 to 3 dates per day. Consistency matters more than quantity. You can choose medjool large, soft, with a caramel taste, or degletner smaller, chewier, with a honey-like sweetness. Pair them with almonds or walnuts to balance sugar with protein and fat. Chop them into oatmeal or yogurt in the morning. Blend them into a smoothie to replace refined sugar, or make date paste to use in baking as a natural sweetener. But remember, if you live with diabetes, portion size and pairing are key. Enjoy. 2 or 3 dates with nuts or yogurt to keep blood sugar steady. If you have kidney problems, check with your doctor first, as dates are rich in potassium. And because they are sticky, rinse your mouth or brush afterward to protect your teeth. So from a fruit often overlooked, you gain steady energy, healthy gut, a stronger heart, solid bones, and an immune system fortified against aging. Dates are not magic, but they are one of nature's simplest, sweetest tools to age with strength and confidence. Now I ask you, which of these benefits surprised you the most? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, share it with a friend or a loved one who could also use this knowledge. Sometimes, the smallest change makes the biggest difference. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay strong, and enjoy every day fully.